Guys, it's a coffee kind of day. It's a beautiful day. There's leaves changing, falling. There's hearts breaking. There's hearts mending. I just want to give you guys an update. Yesterday, I was abandoned at a restaurant by the man that I live with. And I had to call the police. And I did. I called the police. And the sergeant, I talked to the sergeant, the guy who's like in charge of all of it, I guess. And he assured me that he can't send anybody out because it's not a crime. That being abandoned in a parking lot is not a crime. It's a civil matter, and it's like, you know, whatever. And so I was like, oh, can I talk to your supervisor? He's like, no, I'm the supervisor here. And I'm just like, damn, okay, whatever. But first of all, I want someone with a badge here taking my report. I would like to file a police report. And he said, no, you're not going to get that. But if you need a ride, I'll hook you up. And that's because I'm feeling nice. So I was like, whatever. I expected a squad car, like just somebody who had nothing to do today. But it turned out it was the sergeant himself. He came to pick me up. He grabs my, well, he looks at me and he's like, any weapons in your purse? And I'm like, no. And I was like, oh shit, yeah. I have a taser. And he like looks at me and smiles and rolls his eyes. He was like, a real weapon, kind of. He was like, you have a real weapon. You have a real weapon. So then he took my purse, he threw it in the car. And on the way here, I sat in the front seat and he was asking me about my story. He's like, why is this an issue? Why are you at a restaurant in the middle of the fucking parking lot by yourself? And I was like, well, I don't know. I asked myself that question. So he's like, I can't file a report. It's safer if you don't, really. He's like, I do worry about you. And he's like, are you safe to stay there tonight? And I said, yes, I am safe. But I did get punished for still doing a live stream after I was told not to. And today that was in the form of an eviction threat, he said. The man that I live with, who drove me here, by the way, who came 1,000 miles to get me, he is saying that I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna be evicted. And I've got all this money that I owe him for broken stuff and damages, and it's just crazy. And so I'm just thinking to myself, all right, well, let the chips fall where they may. Let the universe do what it's going to do, you know? If the universe wants me out that bad, I suppose the universe will do anything possible to get me out. And when one door opens, or when one closes, another opens. Maybe sometimes it opens because you've opened a new door. It has to close the old one. You know? I don't particularly love how I've been treated since I got here. And so I'm not one to bend the knee. A ladybug on my shoe, guys, look. Look at that. I have seen so many ladybugs, and my friend actually called me ladybug today. I thought that was what my mom does too. It's kind of funny that they, the house key that I made has like little ladybugs on it. Two people in my life call me ladybug. Isn't that weird? I don't think I ever really realized that until right now. Anyway, point is, I'm still wearing the same thing I even wore yesterday. I've been so distraught. I slept in these clothes, and I'm just depressed, kind of, a little scared, but yeah, I'm trying not to be scared, but I am. I'm a little scared. I mean, I think it'd be stupid to say that you're not scared. You know, duh. Like, no place to go, no money. But, you know, whatever. God's got me. I know I'll be okay. I always land on my feet, but this time I have God, and I just think that that's gonna have to be enough now. You know, like going to have to be okay saying the only thing I have in this life is God. I'm okay with that. I'm sitting here, beautiful fall, autumn, crisp day, drinking some coffee, talking to you beautiful people. Hey, it's a good day. It's a good day to be me. And when you get that kind of drama, and when you get that kind of shit started, yeah, you know you're over a target. But yeah, the letter for threatening eviction said that that I abused drugs in the presence of a 1-year-old. So that part was kind of comical because one, I just got weed for the first time in 5 weeks, legally, over the counter with a receipt. Then secondly, I've never seen a child. I've never interacted with a child while I've been outside smoking marijuana. And I only partake in the festivities outside where the homeowner told me I could. So it's a little ironic that he is now changing his tune. But it's okay, he can change whatever he wants. I don't work for him, I work for God. So I'm not worried as much as I think I should be, considering everything in life is looking like complete fucking chaos in my life. But I'm not down for the count. I'm willing to go to court. I'll see this guy in court. So, I mean, it is what it is. So all I know is the universe be doing what the universe be doing. Causing some shit and chaos in my life. Oh, because everywhere I go, you already know. I cause tons of problems. Right, I don't do it. I just sit here, enjoy my life. It's everybody else has got a problem with it. What else? They can have a problem with it. But yeah, I definitely am willing to go to the courts, go to the justice system about what's been happening. Why not? Summon me, I'll gladly be there and take the bus. Another thing, ironically, I get that notice that I'll be evicted on the same day that he was supposed to take me to get my driver's license test. I'm supposed to get my driver's test today. He promised me I could use his car and he would take me. And I don't get to have it today. It's ironic that it's the day I was going to be free. I felt like the license, like for me, it represented freedom because I'd had a license before, but because I moved states, that one was canceled, and so I needed to get a new one here in Nebraska. And yeah, today was my driver's test. And he just completely, just on purpose, manipulated it so that I didn't get to have my license. Any way of feeling free and, But I think that the world has another thing coming if people just get away with hurting innocent people and the innocent people don't fight back. I absolutely do. That's not been a thing. That's I don't think it's really necessary to have to tell somebody that. I'm an Aries. And I'm a loudmouth. So, you know what I mean? So, I just think that yesterday, though the police couldn't do much, I know that the spiritual court can. I know that there is a higher power that supersedes all of this, and so I know I'm on the right side of things. So I'll just wait. I'll wait patiently as things start happening in my life to get me to the new chapter. I'll wait patiently or impatiently. It doesn't matter. I'll wait a day, a month, whatever I have. I'm not the type to back down. I am literally being targeted and attacked, humiliated, abandoned. Honey, there is a higher power that watches that shit. So just know, the court system, right, that's one thing. But I work for God. And the best news is God works for me. And a lot of people like me. So if you guys could, any prayer warriors that have been watching, and I know you have, because I know a lot of you have been telling me that stuff like this is going on in your life too. It's a battle for souls. It's literally the last days. Like, this is what it is, guys. It's the end times. Like, the end of one old structure that you used to live in and live in comfortably, and there was your comfort zone, and now it's being ripped out from under you. And only some can handle the confrontation and uncomfortableness, unease of being in war. And it's kind of interesting, because I suppose we're going to find out who can really handle the heat and who can't. So I think it's going to be pretty interesting. So all I know is I'm on the right side of things, and God's got me. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know the how. You don't need to know the why, the when, the what if. You just need to know my God is a very, very hardworking God. Like, the devil fights to win me, but God fights harder. And I trust God more than I trust anything. So, I know I'll be landing on my feet. 100%. 100%. It's just that now, it's not just like a cool, like, just slip away and, like, never be announced to the world who I am and what's been happening to me. Now it will be like freedom of speech kind of shit. I have the freedom to say what I'm going to say and share my testimony and talk about my experience, and that's exactly what will happen. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with whatever the universe wants to do. You know that saying, the foot feels the foot when it hits the ground? Well, it's basically a metaphor, but it's you can't actually feel how strong you are unless you're being tested, unless you're being challenged. You won't actually know how truly strong you are. So, the foot feels the foot when it hits the ground. It doesn't know it's a foot until it comes into contact with something that opposes it, right? So, how else am I going to get to see how good God is unless I see how evil the devil is? I mean, think about it. I mean, it sucks, right? That sucks that you have to see bad in order to see good. I mean, yeah, I don't like that as much as the next girl. I kind of wish that shit wasn't how it was. I wish we could just see how good God was, just because there's like unicorn farts and rainbows all over the place. That's what I truly wished for, but that shit is not logical. It's not gonna happen. Sometimes you don't get to see how good of a God you serve until you are right in the thick of just hell on earth. But I know my God is good. I wouldn't have worshipped him this long if it weren't. If he weren't the ultimate, I don't think I would have worshipped this long, this hard, this loud, had this much taken from me. If I didn't know that I was serving a good God, I'd have been gone a long time ago, sweet cheeks. They'd have killed me a long time ago. People have tried, I'll tell you that much, but yet here I am still kicking. So, yeah, going forward, it's going to be an interesting ride. It's going to be kind of bumpy. I don't know, ups and downs. I don't know. False accusations, I'm not a huge fan of. Calling me a drug abuser at all is kind of ridiculous. I've had one joint in 5 weeks. So anyway, that was part of the email he sent me today. He's like, and you're leaving for harassment, and you're leaving because you have drug abuse issues in front of a 1-year-old. First of all, that kid is nowhere around me. Second of all, the homeowner said I could have it here, legal weed, and also smoke it outside, which is all I've been doing. So, going forward, it's just time. It is really just time. I'm okay with it. I am okay with whatever the universe has in store for me, honey. You just get to that point where you're like, I can't take the abuse anymore. I can't take being victimized when I don't like it, because I'm not a victim. Because I'm not that type to sit here and be like, I'm a victim. I want a better life for myself. I don't like the feeling of feeling targeted. I don't like feeling like everybody in my house hates my guts. I've already lived that life before. I already left my family behind for that shit. Like, I don't want to do that again, you know? Thanks, Megan. You're an awesome mod. Hey, babe. Hello. The smiling mercenary. How are you, sweetheart? Hi, Jack. I shouldn't say that. Hi, Jack. Hello, Jackaroni. I remember you once said that he brought you there to marry you. Well, that once you got there, he changed on you. Something about a polygamous lifestyle. Dude would be tripping to call the law on you. Yeah. Dude would be tripping to call the law on me. But but it's kind of sad, but all I've been doing is just not bending the knee and not saying, and when I say bend the knee, I mean, when I say bend the knee, I mean bow down to somebody threatening you with something. I don't deserve that. I literally came here because, yeah, we were getting married. Well, I thought we were. We had talked about it, and I got proposed to in front of everybody on live stream. That was kind of intense. I didn't believe it at first. I was like, oh, nuh-uh. And then everybody was like, Jenna, he's for real. He was for real, because he was my moderator on my chat for a while, for a long time. And they were like, yeah, no, he's serious. And I was like, no, he's not. And we had been talking by this point, been video calling, stuff like that. So it wasn't like he was just some random stranger. By this point, I really did have feelings. We'd already established a relationship. Like, it was, I eventually I did start believing it. Yeah. And now I don't get to have that. Now it's like I can never unsee what I've seen. Alright, whatever's gonna happen to me. Alright. Okay. No, really, I think you get to that point where you're just like, you give up all of that control and you say, you know what, universe? Okay. Like, I know where I stand on things. I know what I've done. I know how much I've done. And there are a lot of women who are like me, and you might be leaving situations right now, and I'm trying my best to be strong for more than just me. You know, if I didn't have so many women who were in the same predicament and looking up to me for some sort of guidance in some way, I don't know, some sort of hope that you guys have. I hope it's not misplaced, but if it weren't for the ladies that I know are going through this too, I probably would have given up already. I probably would be just like, you know what, whatever. Just go with the flow and just be like subservient and submissive. And just take the punishment as it comes. I don't deserve punishment though. I don't deserve abuse, and I do not deserve being neglected and abandoned in a parking lot by both of them. Like, my ex offered to take me to breakfast yesterday, and I went because I thought we were going to be talking about the kiss that I had with him like 2 nights before. Well, it was the night before, was it? No, it was 2 nights before. Well, I kissed him at a bonfire. So I thought we were maybe going to talk about that. So then when he asked me to go to breakfast, I was like, okay, sure. Like, he just wants to be alone with me to talk, you know? That's what I thought. And so we go out to freaking BFE. I don't even know where we were. And went to breakfast. And, yeah. It was not what I thought at all. I thought that he would be kind. I thought that he would be nice. I thought that we were going to maybe talk about... I thought that he still had feelings. So that's what I thought. And so it just, instead, he just started yelling at me in front of everybody. And I'm not the type to be quiet about that. That's verbal abuse, and I'm over it. So in front of everybody, told everybody that I'm a weak bitch. And he said it on several occasions. I'm a weak bitch. You don't want a weak bitch. that if I wanted to keep being loud on YouTube, that he could get loud too. So, guess he's met his match, because I'm going to get pretty loud. And I know which side I work for. So, I know which side I land on. It's always been that way. It's inevitable. The innocent get to go free. This is the year that innocent people go free from tyrants and bullies and abusive people who try to dominate, lord things over people's heads. No. I mean, you can do it. You can do it, but there are consequences to that now. Now people talk about it. In the age of social media, yeah, things are talked about now. He just needs to let you be while you figure out your next move. Eviction or bring a lawyer into it. Especially a law would backfire in his face with what you could tell them. He's truly the weak bitch, actually. Wow. Well, I suppose I'll see him in court. I mean, I guess, is that how it's done? Like when they send a sheriff, I get a court date, don't I? I don't know. Or is it just, do they just like make you leave? Do you get to have a court date? I don't know. I don't know what the law is here. So I'm not sure. I'll probably have to read up on it. Do you get a court date? Like, do you get to actually see a judge though? Except for the beginning. I love this live. Oh, thank you, Jamie. I don't know what the beginning was that you didn't like it, but I don't know. I pray to God that the bad gets removed from you. Thank you, Stacy. People, you're smoking outside, people still judging, but why aren't they dealing with real crimes? Right, Stacy. Damn. She is very beautiful. Thank you, Jack. Jenna, remember, you're so strong, so brave, and so beautiful. You're worthy. God has you. I'm here for you. Thank you, Megan. I love you, honey. Thank you, Meg. You're such an amazing mod. I've missed you. I hope you're doing well, sweetie. I'm trying, girl. I am trying my best. I don't have energy to be friends with anybody right now. Like, I even apologize. I got you and Sam both needing to talk to me, and I can't. Like, right now, I just need prayers more than anything. I need, like, I wish right now I could be more for people. I can't. And I hate saying that, but it's like my energy is going to this so much, like just getting a way out, like feeling like freedom can happen. But like my freedom is in Christ, right? And then I mean that. When I say my freedom is in Jesus, that's what I mean. Guys, I've been a follower for a really long time. I've been a prophet for 13 years. I had an out-of-body experience 13 years ago, and I met a being of light, and it changed my life entirely. Like, fucking everything in my life imploded. I went through the dark night of the soul. I had to go through divorce. I became infertile, lost my puppies. I lost, like, the ability to teach because I was going to school to be a teacher. I lost everything, and the ability for me to have children with my husband. It was so weird how all of it happened, and it was 13 years ago. Yeah, I was sober, and I was learning to meditate, and it was like maybe only 2 times meditating. It was so fast how it happened. I didn't even know you could have out-of-body experiences when you meditate. I didn't know that was a thing. I was just doing it because I wanted to get off some anti-anxiety medications that I was on. And a witchy friend of mine, she worked at this call center with me, and like we had nothing better to do on a third shift evenings. So she just like taught me how to fucking meditate. And one day I was like, okay, bet. Like, I'm gonna try because I want to get off all this shit. I was on like, dude, I was on like maybe like half a dozen pills, like anti-anxiety, antidepressants, antipsychotics, like, bitch, you name it, I was on it. Plus I was also on a medication to sleep because of all the medications I was on. So I was on like a lot, and she was like, okay, try this. And so one day I put on my music on my phone, and I just set it next to my bed, and I just lay there like you would almost like take a nap. I was just laying there, right? Tell me why Bitch, tell me why. My plump ass popped out of my body, and I didn't fucking know that that was possible. I had no idea. I was not on anything. I wasn't smoking anything. Girl, I wasn't even on NyQuil. I was on nothing. And I came out of my body and met a being of light. And I danced with a being of light, and it was the most warm, unconditional love. It was so fucking good. It was pure heaven, is what it was. But it only lasted maybe like 30 seconds, because once I started to think thoughts in my head about my body and my bed and like the real world, that's when I snapped back and I went back into my real body, my physical body, I guess. And it's like as soon as I thought negative things, boom, boom, I was kicked out of heaven just like that. Like, and I went 13 years trying to recreate it. I tried my best. Like, where is that place? How do you get there? What is that? And I just went through all of these trials and tribulations trying to figure the fuck out and realize, like, dude, we're in a fucking simulation. Like, heaven is within you. I didn't need to go to some fucking place to get there. I really went within and I meditated and I just had that experience. And so I've been talking about this for 13 years. People think I'm just a crackpot. I don't blame them. But proof is in the pudding. Like, God gets me out of some weird shit because I follow him. That's it. Been following God for a minute now. It's just that I think that my story is so wild and what's happening to me is so crazy that it's gaining traction. That I think is like the only reason that people are finally starting to ask questions. It's not that I haven't been talking truth for 13 years. It's that people weren't ready to listen yet. So I think the world's on the brink of disaster, and I think people are finally fucking wanting to figure it out. I know I do. I'll tell you, getting to rock bottom, seeing something like this, you know, the man that you loved more than life itself just threatened to evict you like that. Like, so heartless, so cold, just... You will be talking to my lawyers. I'm sending the sheriff. And I was like... to not feel betrayed. That's, you know... That part's tough. I cried. I loved him. Of course I loved him. Of course I fucking loved him. Like... It is rather hard. I'm kind of dealing with that. You know, it's the betrayal. It hurts. But what are you gonna do? Sometimes God just wants you out of something so bad, and it's just like, okay, here, I'm just gonna throw all this shit at the wall, and then Jenna, you're just gonna have to leave. You're just gonna have to go. You're just gonna have to. I don't know, but fine. Like, there's this feeling of like, why would I want to stay where I'm unwanted? You know? So I'm just at that stage where I'm like not even, like, I was shaking when he sent it, and I was like, there's no way. Like, he didn't send that. It was almost like I was looking at something, but then it's like my mind literally just turned off and was like, processing. Like, to just know that the man you loved and wanted to marry is the one that would do it, the one that would betray you the most. It's like, it's one thing to know that your enemies want to do that for you. They want to bring you down. That's one thing. But to just know the one that you like spent so long loving and healing and sharing things with, and it's so strange. But I know that it's not just me on the planet going through this. A lot of women, they wake up to the man next to them anymore, and they're just like, who is this guy? Like, you're wondering where your guy went, where your man went. Well, mine just pulled in this drive just now, which is new. Well, he's not my guy. Remember, you're so strong and brave and so beautiful. Creeping up on me. Intimidation factor isn't working like I think he thought it would. He is trafficking you and other women You will get a court date immediately. Megan. I have a hearing about polygamy too. I'm scared. A ladybug just landed on my... Again. A ladybug just landed on me. What's there to be scared about? That is so factual. Seeing you say the word trafficking scares me. To be in that, like, to know that you're going to court about that, maybe. And now he's, like, literally parked here just intimidating me. It's kind of cute. I cannot wait until karma comes back to him. I'm here for it. Everything changes. Trafficking you across state lines. Welcome back to bite him in the butt. Oh, will come. Oh, you said trafficking you across state lines. Will come to... That ladybug's telling you God has your back. I hope so, honey. Is that why? He is watching your live right now. I can feel it. He's getting out of the car. I'm sure trying to intimidate me. Oh no, I think he's going inside. But, okay, so he is going inside. But he never parked there, ever. Literally ever. Whatever. He watches my live streams, and so does she, and it's okay. It's like I'm not trying to hide that. I keep it posted on my... I keep them uploaded, so... Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, is God is blowing this shit wide open, like... The universe is conspiring in my favor. Like, God... The Most High God, and I truly believe that's who I work for. Look, a lot of people think that I work for the devil. I get it. It's because you don't know much about me. But if what I claim to be true is that I really do work for the Most High God, and I had a near-death experience in 2019. I died. I literally died and came back because there was a being telling me I should so that I can work for God. So if I am right and other people are wrong, well, I think you guys should stop maybe fucking around. Because I think it's kind of ridiculous to think there's not a higher power anymore. And then innocent people don't really truly deserve this stuff. Not really. Man, I really thought I'm not kidding, thought we were going to get married. I even wanted to adopt his kid. I thought, from what I was being told, that, like, the mom wasn't a good mom, and that, you know, he was getting full custody, and I thought, okay, well, I love your son. I'll adopt him. Like, I mean, it was just implied that, like, we were gonna get married, have kids. That's truly how much I cared about him and how much I really thought that was him. But I'm actually starting to think, like, maybe I didn't come to Nebraska for him. Maybe I came here for me. Maybe I came here to see at rock bottom how maybe for lifetimes I've been doing this. Like, guys, I'm not kidding. Maybe there's this, like, grand conspiracy of the universe trying to show people where you have been energy siphoned by an energy vampire for, like, lifetimes. And then just be able to, like, walk away from it and be like, yeah, I caught on. I knew what was happening and I said no. And if you want to punish me for saying no, well, I guess do so. But I'm not the type of woman to share a man. I'm a goddess. I don't share men. If I'm not sharing you, if you're not sharing me, then I'm not sharing you. So I'm a one-man woman, and I only want one. I only need one. If it's the right one, honey, I just need him. Who I really want is me in another body, to be completely honest with you. I'm that self-absorbed. I love myself. I think that I'm pretty fucking amazing. I'm bold, I'm brave, I'm beautiful. I have a kind heart. I'm empathic, I'm a healer. I'm generous, I'm giving. I'm a walking Tylenol. People love being in my energy. Shit. I want to marry me in another body. So my magician whoever that man may be, just like me, powerful, strong, always having a ace in the hole or a trick up his sleeve or a really big magic wand. Mainly that. Ooh. Mainly having that magic wand. Ooh. Knowing how to use it, honey. That is what I'm looking for in the year 2025. I don't know. We'll find him eventually. But for right now, I suppose, I just kind of tell the universe I don't approve of this situation before I maybe meet a new situation. But I'm worthy of having a lot, and abuse is not something I need a lot of. I'd like to think deep down that he feels bad about what he's doing, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he does. He is a human being after all. But just the way that he's hurting me is so... It's not okay anymore. So I just wanted to tell you guys the update. That's what happened yesterday. I called the police. They wouldn't let me file a report, which I didn't know you could. I didn't know they had the choice. I thought they just had to accept a police report, but I didn't even file one. So look at our tax dollars going to great use, huh? But I'm a firm believer that while American courts are often, and the police department and justice system in general is often not fair, I do believe in a spiritual court. I do believe in a higher God. I really do. I believe in a higher power. And I believe that that higher power, sorry guys, I'm shaking. It's so cold out here. That higher power just, I think, wants equilibrium. Can't stand innocent people being targeted and harmed. So I think we're just going to get out of Dodge while I still have a chance, you know? I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know the how. I really don't. And I don't have to know the how. You just have to know what you deserve. You just have to say, I don't know the how, God, but I know who. I don't know how, but I know who. Right? It's all right. It's okay. What are they going to do? Kill me? Dude, already been dead. Already been dead. What are they going to do? Take all my money? I'm already broke. What are they going to do? Make fun of me? I get made fun of thousands of times a day in comments. What are they going to do? Leave me homeless? I've already lived on the streets before. What are you going to do? Take me to court? I've already been in court and won. I remember going to the clerk after my last court run-in, where a man was trying to say I owed something I didn't. And not only did he end up paying all of it, he had to pay court fees as well because I won. And when I talked to the clerk, when she was inserting the paperwork in my file, she's like, what just happened? Because she looked at my paper, she's like, how did you win this? How do you think, honey? God. So the judge single-handedly dismissed my case, said I don't owe a dime, and yeah. And that was last time somebody tried it in court, and I still work for the same God. Only this time it's not just me. There's a whole bunch of really powerful motherfuckers that are invisible and work for me as well. So I'm really okay. I'm really just chilling. I'm really just drinking my coffee, and I'm really just chilling. And I'm not gonna let life ever, in an external situation, take my happiness. That's not fair. I deserve to be happy, no matter what's happening. No matter if I had 60 lawsuits piled up on my desk, I would still be fucking happy because I know I deserve to be. Oh. You are a loving person. Hello. They can't do anything to you. You've been through so much they don't even know about. Right? Period, Megan. Oh, I thank you for being here, guys. I really love you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, if you guys have to go, I understand. They cannot take my happiness. I'm not letting anybody take it anymore. No, really, it's just, why? I would say the saddest part right now is that today, it symbolized my freedom in a way, because I was going to get my driver's license. And he promised me that I could use this car to take the driver's test. And I already had it scheduled for weeks. And I was like, can we still go tonight? Can you still take me? And no response. So I will say that's like the saddest part, because it really did symbolize for me freedom. And like finally being able to say, like, I have a piece of plastic, I have a piece of something that says I'm a legal American citizen. It was just symbolic. And so of course today, whatever. Today was my test, and I don't think he's gonna take me. I don't know. But whatever God has, whatever the devil wants for evil, right? Good comes from it. God uses it for good, right? Man, this is really a spiritual war, though. You guys, we can't keep believing that it's only with our physical sight that we're seeing this shit. Like, this is so spiritual, bro. This is like demons and witches and vampires and shit. This is no joke. This is fucking the equivalent, though. The equivalent of, I would say, like, serious spiritual war. Like, when they have all those shows on Netflix and shit about all these wars going on, the fucking wolves and the vampires and the this and that, I'm just thinking to myself, like, damn, that might not be as much of a conspiracy theory as we once thought. Everybody's out here all witch-like, and we're all secret witches and nobody even knows it, but the ones that are actually out there admitting it are people like me, and we get blamed for all kinds of shit. I didn't do it. Don't look at me. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just not letting anybody take my happiness anymore. I deserve happy. I deserve to have a win. I deserve to just know that I'm beautiful and I'm safe and I'm protected and I'm divinely guided and inspired. And if anybody wants to try it, they can. I mean, I'll see you in court. Like, take me there. I'm not the type to just like lay down and take it. One, it's wrong. It literally is wrong and unjust and unfair. So like I have it in my bones, like intrinsically, like I have to fight for fairness. I have to fight for justice. I have to do the shit that I don't want to do. I fucking hate it. I hate it. I hate having to do the upright thing. I hate it. I do. But you gotta do it. So I'm gonna do it. Come what may. And I really, at this point, like, god damn, it's really so crazy to me that I don't fear death like I used to. Because, like, I think what would have stopped me in the past and shit like this is knowing that people probably will come after me and won't love that I'm speaking like this. And, I think that in the past, because I feared death so much, like, that's what I feared. And then I would fear, like, owing somebody something and having to always live in a freaking trailer or like in a ditch or something. And that was always my worst fear. But it's like, I almost don't have that sense of fear anymore, because this sense of like death, the fear of death went away. I don't fear dying. I fear not trying. That's what I fear. I don't fear picking up my cross and following God. I don't. Been doing that a long time. Not gonna stop now. There could be 6 billion people coming up against me. And either way, I'm still allowed happiness. I'm still allowed to love my life, be as freaking happy as I want to be. Smoke my legal cannabis outside. That's another thing. I told the guy that I was here for, we went on a drive, and I said, on a scale from 1 to 10, how mad are you going to be at me? He's like, a 50. And I was like, God. So I'm going to tell you something, and I don't want you mad. but you need to know because I respect you and I respect the house and I respect your rules and I think that you should know. And I said, I took the bus today. And he was like, okay. And then I was like, well, I mean, I went to, he's like, sleep with somebody? And then I said, no, I went to get weed. Pot. That cannabis. That 420 shmoney money honey. And anyway, he was like, oh, all right, cool. That's not that bad. It's not a big deal. And then I said, well, I'm not going to smoke it inside because I respect you and that's not fair and that's, you know. But he said he's not worried about it at all and I can smoke it in the yard. Out here in my own little corner of the own teeny tiny little friggin' yard. I'm just me and myself out here. And he said, you can do that, but just know that like the other tenants don't get to, so you need to really do it outside. And I was like, because I just thought to myself, like, why can't they do it outside? Like, haven't they been allowed to do it outside all this time? If they wanted to, they could. Anyway, I could have sworn that when I first got here that he was like, if anybody wants to do it, they can. But I don't know. I'm trying my best to remember stuff like that, and it's kind of not even worth it to try. But I definitely was told that it's okay. I have cannabis here. And so I've been smoking the last 2 days. First time in 5 weeks. I've not had any marijuana for 5 weeks. Since Arizona, because everything's legal in Arizona, bruh. Everybody has their head removed out of their ass in Arizona. Yet here in the butthole town of Butthole, Nebraska, the armpit of the United States, we seem to not get it going as fast as Arizona in that everything is legal here. But yeah, there's definitely legal weed that I bought at the store. And I told him, because I was like, I just don't want to have marijuana in somebody's house without them knowing about it. Like, that's just wrong to do, you know? So I told him I came clean and I said, I have some. And he's like, I'm not worried about it. Just smoke outside. So I have this little like setup here. And I've just been chilling, smoking my vape pen and getting right with God. Man, the more you get it right with God, though, the more God shows the devils. So I might want to cool it on that. I might want to stop going to God real soon, because I can't stand seeing demons, honey. I'm fucking over it. But yeah, I just felt like telling him because, you know, I was terrified too, though, bro. You should have seen me. I was like shaking like a leaf. I was like, okay, worst case scenario, he kicks me out. But he was actually very okay with it, which kind of surprised me. And we had a bonfire on Friday night, I think it was Friday night, and that's when we kissed. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I was out here. It was just he and I in the bonfire, and he was playing music on the stereo. And it was like 10 o'clock at night or some shit. And I was just like smoking my joint. And we were just talking, kind of just enjoying each other. And I thought everything was going okay. And then, yeah, no, I guess it's not. Not right now. I just know God's got me. And this is, if I can give a tip, a piece of advice to anybody going through something similar, I would really say that right now, your greatest asset, your greatest literal benefit that you have right now, if you're up Schitt's Creek without a paddle, and the way for God to handle this shit and take over, right, would be for you to literally just surrender. I mean, just hand it over and be like, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know. But okay. Okay, God. And I've done this so many times, guys. This is, girl, I have chills when I say this. Like, this is that time when it happens. Like, God starts moving mountains to get you the justice that you deserve, right? But it's like, just admit it. You need God's help. There's nothing wrong with admitting that. You know, there's nothing wrong with being like, you know what? I think there may be an unseen force. And if there is, and that unseen force is coming against me, well, I think there might be an unseen force that could work for me. I mean, you can't believe in demons and not believe in angels. You can't believe in God and not believe in the devil. So, but like, if I can give you any piece of advice, it would be that you guys realize, as long as you just keep surrendering and keep being like, you know what, you've got this, God. I don't know how, I don't have to know. You've got it. I don't know how, I don't care. I don't know how, I don't care. It doesn't matter. God will always have you. And you just have to keep surrendering to it. Surrender to everything that is good. And just let go of all the bad and be like, I don't want that, I don't deserve that, that's not my thing. That's not my thing. And just watch the artillery fight for you. Just watch God's army fight for you. Because these are earth angels in the flesh anymore too. Like, listen, we're talking about earth angels here. We're talking about a higher force in that a lot of you use Archangel Michael, like Archangel Raphael. Archangels, your deities, your guides, super cool. But now we're talking like earth angels in the fucking flesh working for you as your lawyer or as your spouse. Some of you, like your spouse will defend you, or the government will start defending you, or your boss, or whatever. But like we're talking about earth angels here. My whole family lives in Arizona. This man has completely blindsided you. You handle it with so much grace. I can feel God's hands all over you. Oh, Megan, thank you. This is a wild Halloween party. Your happiness is contagious. They're not worthy of your happiness. No, they're not. If the universe wills a change, then so be it. Hi, Josh. How are you? Yeah, I don't know. I just know that I'm ready for real love. I like if in all this, one thing that I see is like, I really did risk it all for love, though. I really did. I really gave 110%. I can honestly say that I loved him, wanted to marry him, wanted to be here, like, fight for us. Like, no, I can, and this is where I think I'll be able to sleep fine at night, no matter what happens, because just knowing that, like, you really did try. And there's a lot of women who are going through what I'm going through. And you really did try. So, let it happen, you know? Whatever God wants, God gets. I'm cool with it. I'm actually kind of fucking excited. Like, okay, I'm kind of excited because I just think that God has, like, all of these tricks up his sleeve, you know, that we don't get to know anything about. And if I knew the plans, I would fucking spoil them. So I'm kind of glad that God doesn't tell me some of the things that I know he's already got planned and ahead of time, you know. But yeah, this is definitely definitely weird. But I just wanted to tell you guys about this and let you know that this is where I'm at. Send prayers, please. Just pray for my peace, please. Just pray for me. I can't even wash my clothes. I might have to, I wish there was like a local laundromat or something. I don't know. I'm hoping that I get to use the washer and dryer here to do my clothes, but if not, I guess I'm wearing dirty clothes for a while because I don't even have a car to take my clothes to get washed. Just kind of sucky. But I'm just ready. God is going to do something big in my life, and I'm ready for it. I don't actually think you guys are ready for it. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Look, the bags under my eyes. This is how I am so done. I'm so done with stress. Like, no thank you. I deserve to have this back to normal. So, that's when you just let it all implode, okay? Fuck it, God. Fuck it. You do it. You handle it. Cute. You take care, and you take over. That's why you haven't cried, because you gave it your all. Exactly. And there are so many women. I just know women are going through the same thing. Well, maybe not to this extent. I don't know, maybe. I'm sure a lot of people are going through this. Probably worse, 100 times worse. And so, I'm grateful that I get to know God in all of this. And I really do want to share my testimony, and I want to use this as a testimony that, like, God is going to fight my battles. God's always fought my battles. Karma always comes after people who come after me. It happens. I don't even have to do anything. I keep my hands clean. I don't do shit. I just stand back and say, Holy Spirit, please let the innocent go. Let the free be free. Let the truth prevail, and that's it. The truth and only the truth, so help me God, right? And then you just step back. Because really, if you play it, if you've played it above board and you guys are really innocent and you know that you're innocent, why would you not call on the one that helps the innocent? Holy angels help the innocent ones. So why wouldn't you utilize that? Spiritual court is real. Spiritual court is real, guys. There's a court above our court system. And it's a spiritual court for a reason. Just know that you're innocent. Stay close to God. And it'll all be remedying itself very soon. I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? God, I pray you continue to guide, heal, and protect Jenna. She is a child of you, God. Please do your work. We are handing over all of this, God. Do your work. We trust you. Amen. Yes. We trust you. Amen. Megan, I love you so much. You and my mom, they both prayed for me today. You both did. And so you guys are some prayer warriors. My mom, her prayers, man. In the middle of a prayer, I'll just start crying, bawling. And I'm just like, you're used as a tool for God, right? She is no joke. That woman is a godly woman. And I will say, my mom and I have had like a really, really bad relationship my whole life. Until she came back into my life about 2 months ago. And it's just, oh my God. Best friends, tell each other everything. Like, it's insane. God really is restoring things in my life that have been taken from me. You know the story of Job in the Bible, when everything was removed from him, but God restored all of it, right? In due time. And this is the same with my mom. Like, I didn't have a mom. And she didn't really have a daughter either, But then she came back in my life for the first time since 2021 when I ended contact with my family. And it is a totally different ballgame. Dude, she's so righteous. She's a healer. She's so gifted. She's beautiful. She's just such a divine feminine. And I cannot even. I'm like, Mom, the fuck? Like, who are you? What happened? And, well, because I hadn't talked to her since 2021, and I ended things with my whole family because they didn't understand the spiritual awakening I was going through, and I needed to part ways. And I just thought, I'm never going to see my mom again. No, God's got another thing coming. God has another thing coming for me, and it was having fellowship and harmonious friendship with my mother. And anybody in my family can tell you they never saw that shit coming. I have a feeling this next chapter in my life, you guys have no idea what's coming. Trust me. It's really good. Trust me. This shit is good. Yeah. Almost too good. Almost like, the way the universe is conspiring in my favor to love me. It's like God every day just says, do you trust me? Do you trust me? I love you. Do you trust me? I'm just so ready to finally, for the first time in my life, say, I'm ready, God, and I do trust you, and I love you, and I'm ready, and I can't wait to see what you've got. Yeah, I know you got some good shit lined up. I just want to see it. And I want to see it for all of you, too. I want to see you guys get the justice that you deserve. So many of you too have been like under investigation, spied on, had people steal your shit. Like, I met so many homeless people in this journey, and like seeing people who like can't even afford a meal, they have to literally eat out of a dumpster. They're willing to eat somebody else's leftovers in a fucking dumpster. Because so many people kick them down to nothing. And then there was this one woman I was living with at the Airbnb that I was at, and she had it really bad. I mean, she had no ID, no home, no friends, no money, no way to get a job here because she moved from Canada. So she was in a trafficking situation, and she was just so down, so that bad down on her luck because she lost all of her paperwork at a homeless shelter. And so the only thing she could afford was the Airbnb that I could afford, because that was like the cheapest place in the city. I had the smallest room in the cheapest place in the city because that's all I could afford. But God was still allowing me to pay my bills. Like, I was still able to be there, and I was bringing in enough money to be able to pay for that room until I moved here. The crazy ass energy sent my way here. It's blocking my finances, and it's got me so focused on fear and lack and like what's gonna happen and am I in danger and like stupid shit that I can't even focus on what actually matters, you know? Abundance and humor and laughter and joy and peace and tranquility and God and fellowship with other people that are kind. And like it just, what it does is it really puts you in that fear mentality and that struggle, that fight or flight all the time, and all you can give a fuck about is like, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to win that court case? And how am I going to do this? And how am I going to, get that job? And how am I going to, you can't worry about the how. The how is not your concern. You have to stay in the energy of, it's already done, I win. How many of you are sitting in that energy of, it's already done, I win? Right? We don't. We get stuff like this pushed on us, and we say stuff like, oh my God, I'm losing it, I'm gonna lose, and like, oh, they win. No, it's like, how often do you stay in that energy of, I win, I'm me, I'm justice, I am walking justice, I get justice in my life because I work for God? Do you know that ye are gods? Do you really, really fucking know it? Because at this time, at this juncture where we're at, you're going to have to really fucking know it. It's the Hunger Games. Bitch, it's the Hunger Games, okay? I'm Katniss, motherfucking Everdeen, and you're Peeta, Malark, a little too giving, a little too generous. You gotta be like fucking Katniss. She was basically telling Peeta, like, dude, those people see you as chopped meat. You need to like boss up. Because she was like, because in the Hunger Games, Katniss was very much like closed off, and like her boundaries were kind of insane, and she was kind of a ruthless bitch, honestly, but not really. She was the mascot for the uprising, because I'd like to think because she was just a baddie. She's a badass who never stopped fighting for what was important. And that's why I think they wanted her to be the Mockingjay, to represent freedom, but a new type of freedom, right? In the Hunger Games, she represented freedom. So, oh, cute. Oh my God, I gotta show you this. Look at what Spirit just showed me. Look at this. Look. Look at this. Oh shit. It looks like a Mockingjay a little bit. I thought that was cool. Yeah. I'm not really too worried. I'm just, I guess, trying to talk it through and hear my own self think. Hunger Games, bitches. Bunch of vampires and witches. Dude, and the days, though. And the days. But it's the beginning of a new one, I think, you know? Megan, do you know who you would probably be in the Hunger Games? I immediately thought of that one woman who was really all fancy, and she was dressed really fancy in like one of the last movies, I think. They were trying to get into the Capitol in that movie. In the movie, I think the last one. She was trying to get into the Capitol, right? And they needed this underground supporter. And there was this woman, and she was all like the fashionista, and she was like hiding Katniss and Peeta, and it was cute, but that's kind of who you remind me of. I don't know why. I don't know why that came to my mind, but it did. You're like the one that is a secret loyalist or whatever. Yeah. I don't know why I saw that. But yeah, the fucking Hunger Games, man. I basically win at life because I've watched the Hunger Games like damn near 50 times. I win at life because of that movie. Well, not really. I still don't know how to shoot a bow. Or get a guy like Peeta to notice me. So never mind. I don't win it much, actually. I don't win. But, I mean, if I were going to win a guy, I would wish that my guy would treat me like Peeta. That's a beautiful movie, isn't it? Oh, I love that movie. But I don't like how much, like, sacrifice needs to be made for those two to have heaven on earth. I don't like anything right now. In my life. I don't know if I like much, but anyway. I like you guys. I like talking to myself. You win at life because you are Jenna. There is no one else like you. You're incredible. Thank you, baby. Megan, I fucking love you. Girl, stay around for a while. I need that pick-me-up. I'm telling you. It has taken everything I have, honey. I'm telling you right now. Like this war, this battle, that's kind of shit. I hope it's not coming. I hope I'm leaving it, to be honest. I don't know. I just know that I just want to be happy. And I'll do whatever it takes to be happy. And that if that means leave, I'll leave. If that means go to court, I'll go to court. If that means get loud, I'll get loud. If that means stay single, I'll stay single. If that means fall in love, I'll fall in love. If that means go to this place, I'll go to that place. If it means it's a homeless shelter, I'll go to a shelter. If it means that I don't care. I'm just at that point where I'm like, okay, God, do it. Do it and do it big. If you're gonna, hey, go big or go home. Like, you're gonna either make this shit count, or this life is just wasted, you know? If you're gonna do it and you're gonna stand for something, well, then do it loudly. Justice needs to be served, and it's always at rock bottom. It's really, a lot of you are noticing, like, you really are at the bottom of bottoms. Like, there's really not much good there, but you don't have to know the how. The how is not your responsibility. The how is not you don't have that power fucking anyway. The only thing you have the power of doing is selecting in your mind which reality you want. That's the only free will that you have. Once you've decided on what reality you do want, that's when the universe conspires to bring you that reality. But you don't get to control how the fucking how. You don't get to control the circumstances. You just have to say, you know what? It's working in my favor. You know what? I love it. I love what's happening. 100%. It's getting me to my goal. It's getting me to my goal. It's getting me to my goal. It's the same when you're changing your mindset about money too. Like right away, people try to change their money and go like, I am so rich. I'm a millionaire. And then immediately you see shit come in, like random bills and things that just go wrong. And it's like, because one, you have to prime your subconscious. That shit takes repetition. You're not just going to do it overnight. Not normally. So you got to rewire your brain. And so sometimes you're ready to have new, but like the old comes up to show you that you are ready for the new, right? The way that you handle those bills now, it's different. The way that you handle a breakdown, it's different. And that's how you know that you've truly changed. Not your 3D circumstances. That shit doesn't matter. You have changed. How you handle things have changed. And so I'm ready. Like, what is the saying? You either die on your feet or live on your knees. You either die on your feet or live on your knees. And I am just not the type to be a bitch. And I am just not the type. I'm just not the type to be what I was called yesterday in front of the restaurant. I was called a weak bitch like 3 times in front of just normal people that were sitting there in the booth just listening to me get verbally attacked. And then left in the parking lot. Abandoned in the parking lot. So I'll tell you right now, no, I don't deserve that. I know that's not fair. And no, there will be karma for that. There will be karma for a lot of things. That's just the tip of the iceberg. So I'm good. I'm good with whatever comes next. I'm not choosing fear. I know which side I land on. So anyway, I know who I work for, and I know who you guys work for, and my prayer warriors, the ones that work for God, I would really, really love it if you would pray for me. Pray that I stay abundant, financially secure, that I have the resources that I need, and I will. I'll have them if I... That's how good God is. Like, I will have the resources necessary. When I fight for me, God fights for me. When you fight for you, God fights for you. Right? And I tell you guys all the time, the Holy Spirit works for the innocent. They do not work for the guilty. So until you know that you're innocent, and until you're living in that energy of like, you know what, I did all I can do. Until you're there at that moment of like, okay, I did it all. I did what I was supposed to do. I agreed to the contract. I agreed to this. I did that. I did that. I did that. So now I know I did everything I could. Once you get to that point and you can really throw your hands back and be like, whatever, let's see what happens. That is when the universe conspires in your favor. That is when the universe kicks into gear and says, damn, like, okay, so we have permission to work on this. But again, the Holy Spirit only works for the innocent. There's no way that the divine is going to work for the guilty. So if you don't raise your hand and believe that you're innocent and say, hey, God, remember me? Yeah, I could use some help down here. Until you do that shit, I'm sorry, the Holy Spirit isn't going to come down and you know, part the waters so you can get to a better place. It's just not going to happen. You have to believe that you're innocent. You have to not even believe it. You have to be in that energy of I'm innocent. You have to be in that higher vibration. You have to be your higher self, the true you, the true soul that is you. You have to know how innocent you are. You have to know that you are that light. You are that child of God. So my phone's going to die here. I have 5% left, guys, but I just wanted to tell you that that's what's going to happen. We're going to definitely be blessed. Stay blessed. I want to be your next door neighbor. Why? So you can get these free sermons today? You win at life because you're Jenna. I just Googled how far you are from everything. Like 2 girls would have so much fun going on a road trip. I just Googled how far you are away from me. Everything in me wants to just come get you. Oh, Megan. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. I love that you would even offer something like that. That was really incredibly sweet, my love. My phone's about to die, guys. I'm going to go inside, but please just send prayers, okay? It's going to work out. Everything's going to be fine. I know it. Of course it is. I'm manifesting this. I am manifesting this change, right? So go with it. You're manifesting this change. You guys want this new earth. You want New Jerusalem. We'll be about it, honey. You want that new promised land. Get the fuck out of the old promised land, okay? Because that one's fake promises, babe. Lies. You want the new, stay in the new. I'm going to stay in the new. And I'm not letting anybody convince me otherwise that I don't deserve to be there. I was born for battle. I kind of am. Look, I'm an Aries, Sun and Venus, so I was kind of born for this shit. Anyway, my phone's about to die, so I got 3%. Anyway, I'm coming to find you. Well, that sounded a little creepy, but it's cool. It's cool. I get it. There's a lot of people coming to find me, honey. And I'm so here for it because I know that there are some higher powers that are trying to come find me. I'm excited to see what my life becomes in a good way. Okay. Bless, I appreciate that. If you could just pray for me, I would appreciate that right now. But thank you guys. Thank you. Just send the support. I love you so much. I love you. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye guys.